Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 8 and we would like to present on the topic application of activity-based costing in the public sector. So, this is our group member. The first one is myself, ALIF HAKIMI, with metric number 303295. The second member is SYAHMI ZAINOL, metric number 303385. Next, we have IRFAN NAJMI, metric number 303286. Followed by ANIQ NAUFAL, metric number 307237, and lastly, we have ZAIM FAEZI with metric number 303360. So, what is activity-based costing? According to Canton 2024, activity-based costing is a method that assigns overhead and indirect costs to products or services based on the actual activity involved. Unlike traditional cost method, ABC give a more accurate picture by linking costs directly to the activities that generate them. Now, why is this important for the public sector? There are three main reasons. The first, ABC provide more accurate costing by allocating expenses based on the real activity, not rough estimates. Second, it improves transparency, making it easier to see exactly where public funds are being spent. And the last one, it helps identify inefficiency, highlighting ways and areas where services can be improved. With that, let's explore how ABC is being applied in public sector areas like education, healthcare, and more. Okay, now let's look at how ABC is applied in the education sector. In schools and university, there are many departments and programs like faculty, research center, and administrative unit. Some resources such as libraries, laboratories, and IT services are shared across all programs. Using ABC, institutions can find the real cost of each program by grouping costing according to specific activities. For example, costs are assigned based on factors like number of students, teaching hours, and staff time involved in each department. So this helps education institutions break down their spending into clear categories like teaching, research, student services, and facilities. So, as a result, they gain better insights into how their budget is being used and where improvement can be made for efficiency and cost control. Okay, let's take a real example of ABC in education which is used in Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM. Previously, UKM used traditional costing method where costs were allocated using a single cost driver like student enrollment or teaching hours. But this approach was too simple. It ignored the difference between programs, departments, and services. As a result, the cost data was often inaccurate and unclear. The management had limited visibility into where resources were truly being used. To solve this problem, UKM adopted ABC. With ABC, costs were assigned more accurately based on actual activities such as cost delivery, research supervision, and facility usage. It was applied to both undergraduate and postgraduate programs, using detailed data from the finance department, HR, and the faculties. The ABC results reveal important insights. For example, some postgraduate programs were more expensive to run than the funding they received. This allows UKM to adjust its funding model and make more informed decisions about budgeting and resource allocation. With support from consultants and feedback from stakeholders, UKM continuously improves its ABC system, making it a powerful tool for strategic planning and financial transparency.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syahmi bin Zainol. My metric number is 303385. Today, I would like to present about application in healthcare. Based on journal article that I review, healthcare organizations use cost accounting to estimate unit cost of their service that could help to plan a realistic budget and price for the service. Conventional costing system utilize a single volume-based cost driver. In most cases, this type of costing system allocate the overhead cost to product on the basis of their relative uses of direct labor. However, many companies has found a better cost accounting method named as activity-based costing, which is ABC. Activity-based costing approach allow an organization to utilize its resource in best possible way by providing insight into production process for delivering product or services to their consumer. In an activity-based accounting system, cost of product or service is the sum of the cost of all the activity required to produce or deliver the service. Accuracy of report cost is directly proportional to number of activities that study, and so does the cost of executing the study. Let's move to the second journal article that are review related to application in healthcare. Activity-based costing is a costing technique that allows organizations to determine the actual cost associated with their services based on the resources they consume and quantitatively all the cost and performance of activity, resources, and cost item. Activity-based costing is the accurate method to find out information in respect of the cost compared to other traditional methods. And activity-based costing was used to collect the cost of every diagnostic laboratory services carried out in each unit. Here, I also provide an example of calculation of costing in slide, which is you can see from here. There are also state two types of cost in this journal, which is the first one is the direct cost and the second one is overhead cost. The example of direct cost is human resource, consumable, reagent, and equipment. Meanwhile, the example of overhead cost is administrative, maintenance, and utility. Activity-based costing method could be equally important, providing knowledge of the activity carried out and can provide accurate cost calculation and component cost. Activity-based costing method could be equally important, providing knowledge of the activity carried out and can provide accurate cost calculation and component cost. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is AHMAD ZAIM bin FAUZI and my metric number is 303360. Now I will be presenting about how activity-based costing or ABC is applied in local government. First, what is ABC? ABC is a costing system that assigns activity overhead based on actual activities instead of using broad average. This means each activity, like issuing a business license or processing payroll, is analyzed for its real cost. In local government, this is important because these organizations provide a wide range of service with complex operation and high indirect costs. Traditional costing methods often fail to capture the real picture. ABC helps track the true cost per service, such as how much it actually costs to maintain roads, conduct audits, or manage waste collection. So, why is ABC relevant for local government? Firstly, it helps to know the real cost of each public service. For example, if two branches issue the same number of licenses, but one is more costly, ABC can explain why. Secondly, it supports better budgeting, performance evaluation, and resources planning. This is especially useful when resources are limited. Lastly, it promotes transparency and accountability, allowing government agencies to justify how and where public money is spent. Local government begins by identifying their key activities like payroll, processing, advisory service, or handling payment. Then, they assign costs using activity drivers such as staff hours, number of reports produced, or consultation delivered. Once the costs are assigned, agencies can compare performance across departments or branches. For example, they can see which branch produced the same service at a lower cost. Now, let's look at the example of Accountant General Department of Malaysia. This department implements ABC as part of a broader system called GFMAS. The goal was to replace their manual system and get more precise cost data. ABC was used across 25 branches to analyze costs in service like payroll, IT, and financial advisory. Each activity was assigned a cost driver. For example, consultation hours or number of reports. This gave manager a clearer view of which service were expensive and why. Traditional systems like MAS in the AGD were manual and inefficient. When Malaysia introduced the Government Financial Management Accounting System, GFMAS, the AGD decided to replace MAS with ABC, which was built into the new digital system. Why did they do this? First, ABC gave them more accurate and timely cost information. Second, it matched better with the structure of GFMAS. Third, it supported broader public sector reforms aiming for transparency and efficiency. The implementation happened in 4 stages. First, initiation by top management. Second, design which involves identifying hundreds of activities and cost drivers. Third, implementation, where early system bugs required fix. And lastly, use of ABC information, such as comparing costs.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about some of the main challenges faced when implementing activity-based costing or ABC in the public sector. ABC is a costing method that helps organizations understand the true cost of their activities and services. While it has many benefits, applying ABC in public sector organizations comes with unique difficulties. Let's explore 3 major challenges. Challenge 1. Complexity in allocating indirect costs. First, one of the biggest challenges is the complexity involved in allocating indirect costs. Public sector organizations often deliver a wide variety of services, many of which do not generate direct revenue. This makes it hard to assign overhead or indirect costs like administrative support or facility maintenance to specific activities or programs. Unlike private companies that have clearer profit centers, public agencies must deal with multiple, sometimes overlapping services, which complicate cost tracing. This complexity can reduce the accuracy and usefulness of ABC data. Challenge 2. Data collection and accuracy issues. The second challenge is related to data collection and accuracy. ABC depends heavily on detailed information about the activities performed and the resources they consume. However, many public sector organizations struggle with limited IT infrastructure and fragmented data system. This means that collecting precise and comprehensive data can be difficult, time-consuming, and expensive. When data is incomplete or inaccurate, the resulting cost information may be unreliable, which undermines the very purpose of implementing ABC. Challenge 3. Resistance to change and implementation challenges. The third challenge is resistance to change within public sector organization. Implementing ABC often requires a significant shift in mindset and processes. Employees and managers may be reluctant to adopt new systems due to fear of increased transparency or accountability. Additionally, many public agencies may have long-standing traditional accounting methods that are deeply embedded in their culture. Transitioning to ABC can be costly and time-consuming, requiring training and ongoing support. This resistance can slow down or even derail ABC implementation efforts. In summary, while activity-based costing offers valuable insights into the true cost of public services, its implementation in the public sector faces significant hurdles. These include the complexity of allocating indirect costs, challenges in collecting accurate data, and organization resistance to change. Understanding these challenges is crucial for public sector's managers who want to successfully adopt ABC and improve financial decision making.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad IRFAN Azmi bin Muhammad ZAMZURI. My matric number is 303286. We will now continue our presentation about recommendation of activity-based costing or ABC on public sector. The first one is we need to enhance our understanding of ABC concept. We need to focus on how ABC works, its purpose and the benefits it provides. We need to also conduct structured training sessions, workshops or seminars. For example, we can train finance officers and department heads to use ABC data to assess the true cost of academic programs. It will reduce resistance and promote effective use of ABC for budgeting and decision making. Number 2, we need to strengthen the role of external consultants. We need to engage external consultants to guide the setup of ABC systems and ensure the best practice. We also need to provide technical training for internal staff on ABC related tasks, for example, data analysis and cost modeling. In local government, consultants can help to identify high cost services like waste management, while internal staff maintain and update the system. It can ensure smoother implementation and long-term sustainability of the ABC system. So, we already come to the end of our presentation. In a summary, activity-based costing or ABC offers valuable insight for cost management and resource allocation in the public sector. The application of ABC in education, healthcare, and local government show its potential to improve transparency and efficiency. However, challenges such as handling indirect costs, data collection and accuracy issues, and resistance to change must be addressed. By improve our understanding about ABC and strengthen the role of external consultants, ABC can become a powerful tool to enhance public sector performance. I think that's all from us. Thank you for your attention.